All right, well, we're going to continue on, and we're going to talk about, this is very near and dear to my heart. I have been using air purifiers since the 80s. I am a child of allergies, asthma, you know, hay fever, all of that. I remember my parents getting an air purifier, and the technology back then was nothing like it is now. They were more expensive. They didn't have the HEPA filtration. Here's what we're doing. We're going advanced, and we're also going on sale. This was a Today Special a few days ago. I happen to have the day off. Rarely do I have that day off. Huh, weird. Okay, so this is my first presentation, but they were nice enough to give me the Today Special price for all of you. Now, I have 3 colors. I have the gray, the black, and the white. But Rob, how many did you say we had left in the white? Because we have about 100 left in the white. So if the white is your favorite, you need to be ordering that. So it is $70 off, $129.99. Now, it does take a filter, but I do have the filters available. That's the other thing. And you only change them 6 months to a year, depending on usage. There'll be an indicator light when you need them, but we're gonna be showing you the item number of the filters that you could add to your order. But I'm gonna bring out our special guest, Tracy Rosa, who represents Hunter. Hello, my friend.
Did you say the 80s?
Yeah, it was the 80s when I got my first filter. I moved to New York City in 1981 when I was 19.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad, I went to an allergist because I had bad asthma, and they got me an air purifier. Yeah. I remember the year of my first air purifier. You weren't probably born yet.
I was, actually. Okay. I was doing the math. I think I was 10 at that point.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
But I was a young child. I wasn't living in New York City. But
yeah.
No, but you're right. I mean, and again, we have evolved, and that's what we love about Hunter. Yeah. So we have 4 layers.
They were huge and ugly.
Yes, this is not huge and ugly.
Right.
This is like sleek and modern and petite, and we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. We've got the bladeless fan.
I love that.
We've got, again, the air purifier, but we have the most advanced air purifier that we have on the marketplace, 4 layers of filtration. So again, the cool thing about this one is once it goes and pulls all of that dirty air into the base, it's gonna go through 4 layers of filtration, and then only the cleanest, purest air comes out and it's pushed out. So old school fans pushed all of your dirty air around. This does not do that. This only pushes out the clean, purest air. So your 1985 Helen, you know, in New York City would have thrived off of this.
Oh, absolutely.
You had a fan, you had an air purifier all in one unit.
Also with the shape, because it's vertical, it didn't take up a big footprint. This doesn't take up a big footprint. The old kind of air purifiers used to take up this huge footprint. And also, here's something else. And I know this is filtration that you get another filter when it's ready, but it's once a year or once every 6 months. But the fact that we have them in stock, you can order them on auto ship. They're just gonna come, and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to hunt around, no pun intended, for it. And then this retails at $300. Yeah. And we're doing $129.99. I'm telling you the sale price off the HSM price, not the sale off the retail. Right. That is extraordinary.
Yeah, because this time of year, everybody wants a fan. Everybody needs an air purifier. So why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get a beautiful footprint in your home? So do a mental inventory of all the different rooms in your house and ask yourself, do I need an air purifier? The answer is yes. Do you need a fan? The answer is yes. Yeah. Again, remember, it is only pulling out and pushing out the cleanest, purest air. So let's go ahead and talk about those 4 layers of filtration. So, because again, it takes a minute to wrap your brain around this. So again, you're getting 2 of these filters. They're gonna go on each side of the unit, okay? So you've got your EcoSilver technology right here. This is gonna inhibit the growth of microorganisms. We're talking about like live, airborne things like viruses, mold spores, you know, all that stuff. It cannot grow here. It's also gonna get rid of odors in the air. That's number 1. Remember, there are 4 lines of defense. Now you're going into this, true HEPA, the best of the best.
I don't mean to interrupt, but the item number for the extra filters value pack, 095178, is on the screen. Okay. I really think it's important for everybody to get that on auto ship, because you never have to worry about it again.
Well, you and I talked about this earlier. Like right now, New Jersey is under a air quality advisory.
I was born in New Jersey, that makes sense.
Right. But you guys have actually never had an air air
advisor.
more.
Yeah,
Never.
it's right at the beach. I'm surprised. Is it because of fires?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but we think of fires, we think of out west.
Yeah.
You know, so right now people in New Jersey are like, well, what do we do with this? We don't even know what to do with this. But if you have something like this in, you don't have to worry about it. So again, expect the unexpected. So again, this is gonna be that true HEPA filter. 99.97% of the particulates are gonna get trapped in here. Dust, dirt, dander, pollen, the things that make your eyes water, the things that make your nose run. Now, bear with me for just a second. We are doubling down. We're gonna give you 2 more layers of filtration. We're giving you a UVC light in the base of this, and we're giving you a photocatalyst filter. Now, when the 2 of these combine together, that's where the magic happens. Now, what type of magic am I talking about? So I'm speaking to the engineers at Hunter, and I said, okay, well, what does a photocatalyst do? They're like, it's gonna get rid of formaldehyde.
Is formaldehyde in the air?
That's what I said.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't even
insulted. I was insulted. I was like,
I don't have formaldehyde in my house.
I do not have formaldehyde in my house. Like, why are you using that F word? I have other things, but don't use that word.
Right.
It's true. If you have a gas fireplace, if you have a gas stove, which I do. If you get an area rug, and you bring it into your house and it's wrapped in plastic.
Oh, yeah.
And you unwrap it, that releases formaldehyde. If you go and get your dry cleaning and that's in plastic and then you take that out, that releases formaldehyde. I had no idea. The only way to get that out of the air is your lungs or something like this.
Right, exactly. You know, your lungs, that's a really good point because our lungs are basically internal filters.
Yeah.
And what I love about an air purifier is it's gonna do the work, and if it doesn't, I'll do the work. And I'll also say there's lots of added benefits, like you actually dust less.
Right. Well, you dust less, and then it's moving. This is a great illustration. So again, it's going through the 4 layers of filtration. It's gonna go meet up with that industrial fan that we have inside the base there, that motor. It's gonna move that clean, fresh air up through the base, and then only the clean, freshest air is gonna go out through all of those vents. That is the difference between us and other brands.
Right, and you know, I noticed that over the years and the decades, the popularity of air filters have really escalated.
Yeah.
I think people are becoming more and more aware. I think we had some statistic, like there was 3 times as much air pollution inside your house as outside your house.
50% dirtier inside your house. And again, another thing that I questioned them about, I was like, I feel like you're being insulting to me. I feel like you're insulting me.
Okay, I do have a quick update. My producer's giving me, if you want the white, I have 90 orders. That's it. We are keeping the Today Special price, which I mean, just this one airing where we keep it, that's pretty rare. Tracy and I have been here a long time.
Yeah.
We know that doesn't happen much. If you want the white, I have 90 orders. That's it, at $129.99. Of course, it comes with a filter. It lasts between 6 months and a year, depending on where you live, what your environment. If you have 12 cats, you know, or it's up to you. I have none because I'm allergic. But I would just say,
allergic to everything.
I am allergic to everything. I'm allergic to this place for sure.
You are.
Yeah, I am. That's true. Makes me sneeze. $26, and the shipping and handling being free, you save another $14+ plus.
Yeah, because it's 10 pounds.
Yes.
It's not light, okay? It's about 2.5 feet tall, 9 inches all the way around. So like a dinner plate, you know, if you think of it that way.
Right, exactly.
So it's not too big, it's not too bulky, but remember, it's going to tackle all the different rooms in your house. And let's talk about that for a second. Look at your rooms, okay? Are you talking about, will this benefit my bedroom? Will it benefit my kitchen? Will it benefit the living room? In a, 400 square foot room, it's gonna clean the air about 1.17 times an hour. In a smaller room, like 150 square foot, it's gonna clean it about 3.5 times an hour. So this is constantly cleaning and scrubbing the air and pushing that clean air out to where you're reading to your grandkids, out where you're, putting the babies to bed at night. If you are cooking and you're looking up all those TikTok, recipes, I try and do one a week.
I just did one yesterday, that's why I'm laughing. My daughter sent me one. It actually worked.
What was it?
It was a chicken thighs that you put baking powder on the skin and it comes out really crispy. It's amazing, I'll send it to you.
Please do. I try and do one a week.
Okay.
And I'm about like 50 for 50.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I burnt some stuff the other day. My husband was like, let's not play this game anymore.
Let's not play this game anymore. But my favorite vegetables, Brussels sprouts.
Oh, Brussels sprouts. I love them.
I love
stink.
They stink up the whole house.
Yes.
This air purifier will take care of that.
Yeah, 100%. So look at this demonstration over here, Helen. I wanted to go ahead and I asked the team, I'm like, we have to come up with something to show like the difference between, you know, this and other air purifiers, because you know we do the smoke chamber all the time. I'll show you that in a second. But what I want you to pay attention to is that little blue balloon, that green one, that orange one. They're kind of dancing in the front here. But notice all of these in the back. They're just chilling. Why is that important? Again, I want to prove to you that this is not pulling air from all the different areas in your house and pushing dirty air out. This is only pushing that clean, fresh air. So down here at the base, you see this green one right here. It's kind of hugging the base because it's getting all that air is getting pulled in. It's going through the 4 layers of filtration, and then all of that clean, fresh air is coming out the front. So all of these balloons back here, we don't want them moving because that's dirty air. You know, like you think, of, like, let's go over there. You've got those fans with the blades, you know? So keep going. Sorry. Keep going.
Just leave.
Yeah.
Just
I got this. I got this. But look at these things right here. When was the last time you took this off and cleaned the blades?
These just blow dust all over the place. Yeah. Like, don't even turn those on.
Even if you just got them out of the box, even if you went to the home store, you're like, all right, I'm gonna get this home and I'm gonna turn this on. It's pulling this dirty air from here, okay? It's pushing that dirty air into your face, into where you're sleeping, into your environment. Again, this one is not. It is only pushing out the cleanest, purest air. This is old school, out with the old, in with the new.
Right, and you know, if you wake up every morning and you're kind of like, oh, what's it, you know, that kind of itchy, sneezy kind of, there's air, that's what air purifiers are for. I mean, it really is either you're doing it through your nose or your lungs or the air purifier is doing it. And even if you just said, you know what, it's hot. I want to have the air conditioning not cranked to 1 billion because I don't want to, you know, because I have to pay for that. I want to save some money. I'm just going to get a nice fan.
Or if you're somebody who loves to sleep with a fan.
Right, exactly. You would spend $129.99 for a nice fan. This is that nice fan with pure air, like cascading over you as it helps you sleep.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but here's the thing. You've been here for how many years?
17.
17 years. I've been here for 10.
Help me.
Help me. Save me. I'm going to put her in my car at the end.
Okay.
But here's the thing. They are very strict on what we can say about air purifiers.
They're strict on what we say about everything.
Right, but at least with me, they're like, girl, you cannot say this, this, and this.
Yes.
But I do have a little common sense, okay? I'm not a doctor. I will not pretend to be one on TV. But if I have an air purifier that has a true HEPA filter that can get rid of 99.97% of dust, dirt, dander, pollen, if I can remove that out of the equation, then that just makes sense, right?
Yes, it does make sense.
Just common sense. Like, I'm not making any medical claims.
And you know,
but like,
when I go to the allergist and they do that skin test to see what you're allergic to, and I react to everything, you know, like mold, oak, grass, pollen, dander, everything. And it's like, that's what I'm seeing in the video. Right. And you know, you think in that video, it looks like a giant spaceship coming towards you.
You're like my daughter, Bella.
Yeah.
Bella cannot have carpet in her dorm room. She cannot, she has to have an air purifier.
And Becky, my daughter, she's super allergic too.
Which actually, when I started presenting, Becky was in high school.
Yes, she's 25 now.
I'm gonna kill myself too.
She's not in college. She was 8 years old when I started here. She's 25 now. But yeah, I mean, and you know what I will say? I know, I apologize that she's so old. I have sent her an air purifier. She lives in Los Angeles and she has her own apartment and she has an air purifier there. I just think it's like, do you have a vacuum cleaner? You need a vacuum cleaner, you need an air purifier. These are some basic things you need. And this is one of the things everybody needs.
100%. My kids have grown up with air purifiers. They are blessed to have them.
She had one in her college dorm.
My daughter had them. She had them in her college dorm, and then when she went to the sorority house, they were like, oh, can we get more of those? And I was like, for the right price, you can. You can get as many as you want. Go into hsn.com, you know? But seriously, like, and I will tell you this.
Mom's got the hookup.
Come over here. Come over here for a second. By the way,
I like that you can't lose the remote control because I'm somebody.
It in my pocket?
Yeah, well, it's magnetic here, and then the remote control just boom, and that's like a very high level thing, but it's one of those things that you will really be appreciative. Yes, you could use the remote control. You could, I mean, push the buttons directly on the machine, but you will always know where that remote control is.
Yes, because I'm a sucker for remote control. I like to be comfy in my bed, and then if I need a little extra air, I can use that way. Remember this, your filters are right here at the base. The front panel will let you know if you have to adjust that. That's what I love so much about this. So you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, has that been in there for a year, 6 months, whatever. It reads everything right here. And again, it's pulling in all that dirty air, going through 4 layers of filtration, the pre-filter, the EcoSilver, going ahead with the photo catalyst, then the smoke chamber. Again, look at this. This is that smoke chamber right here. Okay, look at this, Helen. It's pulling in all that dirty air, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Look at that baby smoke chamber.
Right, you're welcome.
I didn't even know I had a baby smoke chamber like that. Thank you for doing that.
You're
welcome. By the way, 50 left in the white, 50, so half the quantity is gone just from this presentation. So the item number is on your screen, 830014. Free shipping and handling. Do you have another presentation of this today? Or you don't know, check your phone.
Yes.
I get it.
I think we're on at 11.
Because it was added to this show. It's just been super popular.
I wasn't supposed to have this today.
This one.
But you know, to be honest with you, I'm actually really glad that we have this. This is one of the ones that I, like, my heart is in this one.
It looks very, very high. It looks like a $600 one, too. Thank you so much for jumping in. All right, we're going to take a teeny little break, and when I come back, we're going to be in a hot tub. Do you want to put your bikini on and jump in the hot tub for the next hour? No? No reaction? Okay, I'll see you right after this.
I like my job.